Hi guys, welcome to Connecticut Quickly podcast. So here I am, Srinath. Now since I'll give you a brief review of how my game week went. It was quite bad, and even for many of the FPL managers, it wasn't that great. The FPL in general, the average saw an average of 43 points, which is somewhere of the lower standards. And for me, even personally, I took a -4 hit, considering that there's a blank game week ahead. So I took a -4 hit and eventually ended up scoring only 40 points, which brings out to a 36 pointer, and which saw a drop from 170k to 230k, which is somewhere that I really don't want to be. I'm aiming for a top 100k, but given how the last 4 5 game weeks have went, I've slipped from 108k to 230k, which is again not what I wish for. But again, as an FPL manager, I have to take that in my stride and move on. But considering my review, the defense did quite well, given the fact that Diaz, Rudiger, and Cancelo scored points for me. But Martinez again could have scored 4 more points, considering the fact that Aston Villa conceded a late goal against Newcastle. So that's one thing that did not please me again. But again, you have to take it in your stride and move on. And given the fact that Bamford even was injured, which I'll be getting onto later on, but he had to be subbed out at the 35th minute, giving only 1 pointer. And also Bale again scoring just a 1 pointer, getting out at 57th minute, which I'll be coming on to later. So yeah, this was the review. So I'll get on to the team selection for this game. Yeah. So considering the fact that it's a blank game week, and one of the better fixtures for this game week is perhaps Brighton versus Newcastle, given the fact that Brighton haven't conceded that many goals, and also considering the fact that Newcastle haven't been that great going forward, especially with the fact that um, Ryan Fraser, Wilson, and Alan Maximin all have been injured. So it's perhaps the right time to bring in maybe a Weltman in, since I bought him in this game week, and Trossard has been making those runs inside the box. So again, a differential pick. These are just short-term picks which I'll be replacing any which ways in game week 31 when I'll be taking a white card. But apart from that, yeah, now that Swan is injured, since the latest press conferences have suggested that Swan would not be featuring in the game week, but you can completely rule out with especially given the fact that Mourinho has had history with such calls, and even game week 4 this season, he 4 or 5 in the beginning of the season when Son happened to score 24 points. I still remember. Uh, Against Manchester United. He was almost ruled out for the game as well. But considering the fact that there's an international break, and the Spurs management would want to preserve Son for the international game week, where he'll be playing Japan and almost the other part of the world. So that's again a Spurs management won't want that. So there is a high possibility that Son would be rested even if he's fit, or and considering the fact that Bale also played 60 minutes. So on Thursday night. So all these factors are to be considered, but Bale is still there in my team, considering the fact that Son won't be featuring and no one would be there to be it done. Perhaps a Deli Ali or a Lucas Moura would be featuring for sure in this game week. But apart from that, yeah, it is not the right time to captain any of the Spurs assets, just because of the fact that they were dreadful in the Europa League match, and also they more than how they played, which is somewhat okay, considering the fact that there are different defenses and the teams are different in the Premier League and in the Europa League. But the major concern for me was Kane played 120 minutes. He's the standout captain for that match. for this game week. I beg your pardon. But Kane almost played 120 minutes and he looked jaded at the end. So I'm not sure how much Kane would be playing. Even if he plays, of course, 60 odd minutes, he'll be a better standout captain. But considering the fact that I've lost on a higher higher level of ranks, a game week after game week, so I've considered to captain Rafinha. If he scores or assists, it'll be double beneficial for me. And I'm keeping Bamford for the coming game week simply because of the fact that he's just 50-50. He's not either ruled out. He's likely to feature, but again, there's no certainty that he would be. So that's the reason why I had to keep Bamford, and also considering the fact that this is not going to be a big haul in itself. So taking a -8 hit or even a -4, in my case, I had to, since I wanted to play 11 players to gain the benefit of the rank boost. But even playing on an average 8 to 9 players or even 7 players in this game week isn't a bad shout, considering the fact that only 4 teams are playing, and many of the managers have already activated their free hit chip in the previous game week. So this is a time to just suck in and get a slap on the wrist, maybe, if you want to call that. But yeah, that's one thing. But for the managers who are planning to wildcard, then there are a few differentials here and there who can be trusted on. For instance, an Aubameyang or Saka. Saka is again an injury doubt for the game week, so again, it's not wise at this point to bring him in. But again, bringing in Saka and having a strong bench for people who are free hitting this term, so that's again a decent shout out. Apart from that, again, people who are having just eight or nine players and have Son in their team, just plan to keep him on, because even if Son doesn't play, that means you are playing around seven or eight-ish players. So that's again something that you can live by for this game week. Again, the averages is going to be quite low this term, and yeah, it's again a time to just hold on for a while and just suck it up in a little. Any which ways, because many of the managers do have their wild card left, so they can take the wild card after this game week, maybe in game week 31, which is what my plan is. So that's one thing that I am eventually planning to do. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the video. Maybe please leave in a like down below, and a subscribe would be nice. Planning to reach 100 subscribers soon. On just with 50, please. It'll be great if you guys subscribe to our channel, and we'll be doing other videos of other types as well, like editorials or the walk with the fans. Do check out for further videos, and do check out the channel, I beg your pardon, for more videos